Yes. So probably some of you are attending NCERT classes also? Yes, sir. So in today's class probably we'll be discussing for UPSC what is the expected demand of the exam from probably prelims perspective, mains perspective, what should be your approach towards economy, probably what is required for prelims, what is required for mains, how you should integrate newspaper current affairs in economy answer writing, probably GS paper 3 when you are actually attempting the exam finally, how your approach should be. So before we go to UPSC economy, prelims, mains, syllabus analysis, all that, just casually I'm asking, why should a civil servant probably should know about all these subjects, especially GS paper 1. If you look at general studies paper 1 in prelims, so it has history, geography, polity, economy, science and technology, current affairs, and so on. So I'm just casually asking, why should a UPSC aspirant or a government officer should study history, and what is the purpose of keeping history in the syllabus? Your phone has history? Deleted, sir, already. So what is history? Whatever happened in the past is history, sir. Why should we study about past, dear? To know the culture of the people, civilization of the people. So what is the use of studying past? So that in present we can plan better. Okay. So Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Correct? Hyderabad. How the word Hyderabad came to this city. Bhagyanagaram. Charminar has city, Charminar has history. Your name has history. Your name has history. Your surname has history. You can be part of history, or you can make mystery, or you can create history. So what is the meaning of history, sir? Some events have happened in the past. Study them from historical aspect, political aspect, economic aspect, legal aspect. Try to learn something from the past. Try to use them in a better optimal management of the present. So that's the reason why history is kept in the syllabus. So in fact, what is history? Past, which means whatever 24 hours which were there yesterday, after it is over, that's only history, past. So past is history, future is mystery, only present is present. Past is experience, present is experiment, future is expectation. So you have to use your experience in experiment so that your expectation becomes truth. Little bit philosophy, but that's what history says. Correct only? You are today in the class at 11 o'clock because of the decisions you made in the past. Can we say that? So why did you come to class at 11 o'clock? Because you want to become part of UPSC history in the future. I mean, you want your name, roll number to be a part of holy PDF of UPSC. Okay? So what is expected of you, sir? See, UPSC is not interested in remembering of the facts. They are much more interested in deeper understanding of the event from multiple dimensions. Any event you look at, any current affairs you take it, there is a historical background. So historical background will help you in understand issue far better. All of you are reading Strait of Hormuz, Russia, Iran, Israel. So all this, they are current affairs. But there is some historical background to it. It's not the first time they are fighting. There is so many times they kept on fighting because fighting is their hobby. For every issue, there is a historical background. Polity also will study historical background of constitution. So it means every event that is happening right now in the newspaper, something is their background of it that is only is called as historical background. So history subject will tell you probably culture, food, kingdom, administrative systems, economic activities, all this. Polity. Probably polities are already explained. Orientation is already over. So rules, regulations, what to do, what not to do, how to do. Probably as a common man, as an individual, as an organization, as a community, as a nation, as a society, how you as an officer in future have to work within the framework of rules and regulations. So just because you are an IPS officer, so a brown 9mm pistol and 6 bullets are given to you, you cannot shoot whomever you want. There are some rules, there are some regulations within which only you have to exercise power, authority, legal or illegal, moral or immoral, what is expected behavior, what is actual behavior. So all this actually is kept in polity. You'll study constitution, judiciary, elections, CM, PM, bureaucracy, which means the administrative system supporting a nation. That is only is called as political aspect. Now coming to geography. So what is geography basically? Resources available in a particular area. Land, river, forest, dams, minerals, tourist places, etc. So tomorrow when you are being posted into that particular district, you should know historical background of the district. You should know rules and regulations and the local conditions also. You should also understand what resources are available in that particular area to develop. So that is geography will provide you the base. Coming to science and technology. So we are in Industrial Revolution 4.1. From 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, now we are in 4.0. So 1.0, probably wheel, steam engine. 2.0, assembly mass production. 3.0, internet, world wide web. 4.0, AI, robotics, internet of things, blockchain, all this. How well you use advancement in science and technology for improving governance. So AP government started something called WhatsApp governance. Heard about WhatsApp governance? Very easy. Just go to WhatsApp, click the link, upload your application form, you can see the status. So easy, so nice. Of course, generally if you go to government office physically also they won't reply. But if you apply in WhatsApp, somebody is replying, that's good. Good initiative only. We did not go to anywhere. Can we say that? We did not go to anywhere. So digital governance, e-governance, biometric, JAM integration. So how well you use your latest science and technology for development of governance. So it's not that nobody is expecting to study in detail, but how well you apply that in governance, e-governance, digital governance, www.mygovernment.in app. So much of this. Now coming to current affairs. Every issue that is happening in the newspaper is not important, not relevant. But some of the aspects are related to this syllabus. Polity, history, geography, economy. Understand it from what, why, when, where, how. Daily from the newspaper perspective, that is called as current affairs. So if you read an article or if you read a headline, you should be able to judge it, whether which comes under which part of the syllabus, for which paper, for which subject, for which chapter it is relevant. Probably essence of that is important for the exam. Now coming to today's main point of discussion, economy. So what is economy? What is the expected of economy from UPSC perspective? For that matter, any competitive exams, they have this component called economy. So in UPSC journey, everybody loves one subject, that is called as polity. Everybody hates one subject, that is called as economy. Most of the aspirants. It's not because of the subject, it's because of the attitude and the approach. It's not because of the subject, it is because of attitude and approach toward the subject. So actually speaking, every subject is important, every subject is interesting. So every subject will become easy if you have right attitude and right approach. So it is your attitude, not your aptitude, which determines your altitude. It is your attitude, not your aptitude, which determines your altitude. But anyway, have open mind. But why did they keep in the exam? Actually speaking, it's not about theory. Academic economics is not kept in the syllabus. Economy is kept in the syllabus. To be precise, economic growth and development in India that you see around you is kept in the syllabus. So tomorrow when you become an officer, in whichever department you are being posted, you use this knowledge to use the resources given to you in the best possible manner for the welfare of our nation. That is the reason why economy is kept in the syllabus. So let's say you got selected as IAS officer. So as a district collector, 500 crores is allocated to your district. So under you, there are 6-7 subdivisions are there, which are headed by RDO, Revenue Divisional Officers or Deputy Collectors. As a district collector, as a DM, District Magistrate, you have to allocate resources equitably based on understanding the need of the people of that particular area. How well you use your knowledge to ensure that the funds which are going to the actual public, are there any leakages? Really whether the intended purpose is served or not. So you are the leader of the district. Similarly, if you become an IPS officer, probably 150 crore is allocated for law and order, safety, security, jail administration of your district. How will you use that funds in a most optimal manner? Because see, how much ever resources you ask, that much resources will not be given by the government. Whatever limited funds are available in the budget only, we have to manage. So there practically you will use your economy knowledge in allocation of fund, prioritizing the task, important or non-important, developmental or non-developmental, all this. So in simple, in GS paper 1, what is that UPSC is testing? UPSC is basically looking at conceptual clarity, which means it's not just enough if you know the definition of the term. Logically, scientifically, the essence of it and spirit of it you have to understand. That is what is meaning of conceptual clarity. So it's not just enough if you say that Republic Day is celebrated on January 26, Independence Day is celebrated on August 15. The LKG kid also will tell. A question is asked, what is meaning of the word republic? So all democracies are republics or not, all republics are democracies or not. This is what is called as conceptual clarity. Whatever you read, it's not by-hearting of the definition. It is much deeper understanding of the spirit of the concept behind it and scientifically, logically, in every subject. I am talking about every subject, then I'll come to economy specific. Second important part, for all this history, geography, polity, economy, in the newspaper, there is current event related to it every day. So what is reading of the newspaper? Reading of newspaper is nothing but reading all GS subjects at a time simultaneously. Some polity article will be there, some economy article will be there, some geography article will be there, some history article will be there. So current events related to the concepts, probably of polity, geography, history, economy, science and technology. History also has current affairs. So third, which they're probably expecting you, probably any current data from exam perspective, which are officially given from government documents. We call it as budget, economic survey, periodic labor force survey, NSO estimations, statistic handbook given by Niti Aayog. Means officially government is coming and telling in the last 1 year, these are the current numbers. So in GS Prelims paper 1, in every subject, if you have checklist of all of them, so you are thorough with all the concepts, you have covered last 1 year current affairs related to that particular topic, you are up to date of the relevant data, then nobody can stop you from clearing prelims. So this is what is expected of you for all the subjects, especially in paper 1. Paper 2 anyway you know, CSAT qualifying nature, English and arithmetic, but don't ignore it till last moment, because every year they are proving that they are ahead of the students. The difficulty level of the questions are getting increased. So if you read the newspaper daily, you are preparing for GS paper 2 also. Comprehension is happening. Reading newspaper daily is nothing but CSAT preparation only, English comprehension only. So take up an article probably small article, try to make it a summary of it. So mains answer writing is also happening simultaneously. So initial days, this is what you're supposed to do. So daily have the habit of at least reading newspaper. If not, time is not there, at least look at headlines. At least just keep looking at headlines so that you will understand something is in the news regularly for so many days. So how do I know my preparation is up to the mark for UPSC? Very simple. Any topic that you read from any of the syllabus, immediately you should solve previous year prelims questions. You should look at previous year mains questions from that topic. If you are able to solve not 100%, 50% of previous year prelims questions from that topic, your preparation is up to the mark. Why I am saying 50%, sir? First time when you read, probably you will get to know what is there inside. Second time when you read, you will understand the link of the themes. Third time when you read, you will understand important repeated themes, expected question pattern, all that. So you need not depend upon anybody else. You can only judge your preparation. After when a particular topic or a chapter is over, look at previous year prelims question, look at previous year mains question. Are you able to understand the question? Are you able to understand the theme? Are you able to get the relevant topic? Are you able to get to know at least from which dimension question is being asked? Preparation is on right track. So don't postpone solving of MCQs. Don't postpone answer writing till the last moment. Once your GS classes commences, whichever subjects are going on, parallelly prelims questions also, mains questions also. It should go on. Regularly it should go on. By the end a particular subject gets completed, you should have notes related to concepts, current events, and you should have your own revision notes also. After each chapter, try to make a revision notes. So what's the revision notes, sir? Most important core concepts and keywords would be there in the revision notes. So if you are thorough with this, for every subject, if you have a revision note, for every subject that's going on, parallelly you have completed prelims questions, mains questions, then already you booked your seat to Mussoorie, probably. I'll tell you what are the practical problems. Practical problems are first 1 month full Josh will be there. As soon as classes gets over, we'll revise, we'll solve all that. After that, slowly, consistency will come down. We keep on postponing it. The more you postpone, the more you are complicating the preparation. As simple as that. So at the end of the day, by evening, before you go to sleep, you should answer to only one person in your life. Most important person in your life. In movie it is Preeti, but in reality it is yourself. The most affected person in your life, the most important person in your life is not Preeti, yourself. Because who decided to prepare for UPSC? You decided. So who is responsible for preparation? You are only responsible. So who is responsible for postponing and procrastination? Not Preeti. You are only responsible. See, own your preparation. Take responsibility for your 24 hours of time. Be accountable. So morning, take a pen, pencil and list out what all you are supposed to do. So go for a time blocking of the task. Evening, reflect on it. Whether we are able to achieve the target. If we don't achieve the target, for what reason we are not able to achieve the target. So every day you should keep on improving it. So I told you, it's not about battle with the others. It is the inner battle first which you have to win. So greatest battle is not won on the field. It is win inside the mind and the heart. So it's an internal battle. What is internal battle? Alarm is ringing from 6 o'clock onwards. Every time switching off and sleeping. Switching off, sleeping. It's inner battle. Slowly, gradually over a period of time, without alarm, you are able to get up. So you won the battle off. So it is daily, it is your own improvement. In your appearance, in your understanding, in your analysis, in your personality. I won't say that because of UPSC coaching, everybody would become civil servant. But I would definitely say, if they're sincere, if they're honest, definitely they'll become a better citizen for the country, wherever they are. And this knowledge will never be waste. This will be useful in multiple exams. So groups also, state services also, PSUs also, RBI, NABARD, Grade B, SEBI, some of your maybe specialist officers also, LLB, Law, BTech, EC, EEE, whatever. So it means this is never going to be waste if you are sincere, if you are honest. So this is what is expected of UPSC in prelims. In mains, all of you know. So one essay paper would be there, general studies paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, paper 4. Optional again, 2 probably. 2 papers would be there. Okay, roughly 1750s for the mains. What is the purpose of keeping mains in the exam? Then we'll come to economy specific. So tomorrow when you are an officer, you supposed to draft bills, you supposed to draft actually legislations for the government. So when you are writing something, your subordinate should understand what you are writing. Your superior should not get heart attack by reading the English. Which means, problem with probably our education system is, we did not give much importance for especially language in our schools, colleges. Probably just one day before you studied 98 out of 100 in Sanskrit, probably 95 out of 100 in English. Probably we have spent only 1 or 2 days on our language subject, not more than that. So here you do not become expert in that, but you should have minimum basic communication skills. So that when you write something, when you give a press conference to someone, look at our Mavigan uncle. See, look at, he's being told. So whoever has given script to him, really, hats off to them. If you don't know what you are saying to the public in front of everybody, obviously you will become a fool in front of the public. That you are representing the government as an officer. So you have to speak with national media, sometimes you have to speak with international media, sometimes you have to speak with local media, you have to issue a circular. So who is supposed to check? You are supposed to check. You will not write it. Your clerk will prepare. But you should know what he is typing. You should know any errors are there in this. You should know how it's supposed to be there. So minimum basic answer writing skills. You need not be from Cambridge University or Oxford University. Not at all required. Simple tenses, simple sentences. Simple tense, simple sentence. Enough for UPSC. Language is advantage, but language is not the only way. Because UPSC is more interested in Bhasa mukyam kadu, bhavam mukyam. Language is not important, but the spirit and the essence is conveyed effectively or not. Whichever language you want, you can write the exam. So this is what is the purpose of by writing GS answer, paper 1 answer, paper 2 answer, paper 3 answer. Finally, you will be drafting as an officer so much of official communication with different divisions, departments, different countries also. See, finance minister will go and sign foreign trade agreement, but inside the agreement all clauses are drafted by IFS officer only. PM will simply go and sign MOU with other country and will come back. But it is the secretary who actually led line by line, word by word and told, sir, everything is perfect, sir, you can sign, sir. Understood? So it means the political boss is just signing, that's all. But actually who is preparing all these official documents? It is the boss. So who is that boss? The civil servant only. Probably state level, central level, everywhere. So that is the reason why mains is kept in the syllabus. Coming to personality test and interview, actually we cannot test a person's personality in 20 minutes or half an hour time of discussion, but they're expecting certain qualities. Like when you go to a shopping mall for buying a dress, you have something in the mind. So what all parameters you consider for buying a dress? Budget, color, design, what else? Brand, size. Quality, you look good or not, trial room, probably. Suppose budget is within the range, color is wonderful, design is okay, price is just 99,999 rupees. What will you do? You'll go to Koti from there. Because you feel it is costly, so you don't want to buy it. Something is available in Koti for 9 rupees. How much, sir? 9 rupees. Will you buy? You don't want to buy. Probably we do not know second hand or third hand or fourth hand. So what does it mean? If all parameters are okay, only you are buying it. Exactly, if a candidate is coming to UPSC interview, the board is looking for certain qualities. Team management. Because a single officer, however capable he is, cannot do alone, because you have to lead the officers of the entire district. If you are arrogant, you speak so blatantly, you don't know how to address others, you are introvert, so then you cannot become a good team leader. Because as an officer, you have to take along all your subordinates along with you. So team management skills are there or not. Honesty, integrity, very difficult to judge, because we cannot judge them based on ethics paper, because everybody is ethical while writing ethics answers. Some people have written ethics books also are not ethical. That's unfortunate to say this. But anyway, we cannot judge a person's integrity and ethics just like on paper. At least how they look, how they appear. At least as if they appear they are ethical or not. Probably. Then how much understanding they have about the event that they are studying. About an incident, what is their personal opinion? How do they reflect? How do they think? How do they manage? Because your personality is not just formed in a single day. It has been formed over a period of 20 to 22 years based on education, family background, friends, social media. Everything is influencing your personality. How you think, how you react, how you respond. So emotionally, how stable you are. If something unexpected happens, everybody is blaming you, even though you are not responsible for it. How will you deal with it? So certain skills they are checking in the personality test. See, they are not testing only mere academic knowledge. Definitely, personality test is nothing but much more than, and 100% everybody will not have matching 100% qualities. But how far they are near to matching? 100% matching will not happen, because it's not a robot, it's a human being. We need 80% expectation. Okay, this candidate is having 75%. Okay, near to it. Somebody is having 7%. Next year, prepare and come back again. So this is what is tested in personality test. So your personality already started changing after joining for coaching. Because earlier, you used to criticize anything just like political criticism. But now you are not criticizing just like that. Because you're understanding holistically from positive side, negative side. So plus side, all this you are trying to understand. Okay? So in a simple way to tell, this is what is expected of you for the exam, for prelims level, mains level, personality test or interview level. And overall, we should understand that yes, by the end of your coaching, if you have for every subject all this associated with you, you can think an issue from multiple dimensions. Political aspect, economic aspect, historical aspect, legal aspect, all this. So your answers also will be enriched like that. So similarly optional. So most of you know that optional would pay for, probably, don't think the optional is just responsible only for 500 marks. No. So it is directly impacting so many other areas where there is a overlap. And your answer writing skills, your thinking power, your understanding of the current events, your understanding of all this will come from background of the optional. So optional can make you, optional can break you. Don't be in so hurry to take an optional. So probably try to understand for your personality, for your thinking, for your answer writing skills, for your analysis, which is more relevant. Because option means what? You should decide with your own choice whether you are good at that or not. Don't take an optional because I am saying it. Don't take an optional because some topper is saying it. Don't take an optional because our friend is taking. Because it is optional. How do you supposed to do, sir? Whichever you listed out, 1, 2 or 3, probably take some PDF material available from that. Read it for long hours, 2 to 3 hours. You should feel good factor about it. And try to make a write-up or summary on it. You should be able to feel natural flow should be there for it. and try to take certain type of optionals which will overlap directly with your GS preparation. So no need to take separately prepare for certain specific aspect. Anyway, optional orientation would be separate. I'm just telling you basic what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do a primary research on the optional. You're supposed to know whether you are having attitude toward that particular subject or not. You should know whether your answer writing skills are suitable to that particular subject or not. After that, probably I would suggest read some NCERT book or material related to that particular. Start writing probably answer writing. If you feel, yes, this is suitable to me more and more, then you have to take up that. This is what you're supposed to do. Once again I'm saying, optional is just like our life partner. Because it has to stay with you throughout the preparation. It's not advisable to change the optionals in the middle. Because see, too much time you are spending on a particular subject, and if you don't make a right choice while selecting itself, it's a burden on again and again and again. So don't be in hurry. Take time, examine. If possible, do SWOT analysis of yourself, do SWOT analysis of that particular subject, then take a informed choice. Look at the word I am using. Informed choice, conscious choice. Okay? This is in general for UPSC. Of course, UPSC has so many nicknames. Unpredictable Service Commission, Absurd Public Service Commission, Unwanted Public Service Commission, what not all. Let's say predictability. Prelims is game of uncertainty. Prelims is game of unpredictability. Mains is game of certainty. Mains is game of comprehensiveness. Mains is game of analysis. Personality test is a balanced approach towards current events. So this is what is in essence UPSC prelims, mains, interview will teach you. Now coming to economy specific, where is this subject called economy? First clarification, economics is not there in syllabus. Economic growth and development in India, that is what is mentioned in syllabus. But where it is mentioned, sir? Economic growth and development in India. So this is what is mentioned in GS paper 3. So general studies paper 3, this is what is the wording for the mains. So whenever we talk about economy in the mains, roughly will account for around 140 plus marks range. Roughly 140 to 150 marks will come in GS paper 3 in simple. Whether you like it or don't like it, in GS paper 3, economic growth and development in India, from this dimension, roughly questions worth around 140 to 150 marks will come. One of the major pillars for your success. Prelims, only one line is kept in the prelims. So in GS paper 1, general studies, again 15 to 20 prelims questions will come in the range every year. So out of 100 questions, look at the component. 15 to 20 questions will come in the prelims. Meaning 4 major subjects: polity, economy, history, geography. If you leave any one of them, your roll number will be left out. You should not leave the core subjects. In the core subjects, compulsory repeated themes you have to cover. Compulsorily we have to improve our basics. So role of economy in UPSC prelims, roughly 15 to 20 questions. Mains around 150 plus marks in GS paper 3. So this is what is the importance of a subject called economy. Prelims, what is the game? Mains, what is the game, sir? In prelims, game is about, whenever we talk about, we should understand overall. So prelims, we think from various dimensions where we focus on CCC approach. So this is what is required for prelims. So every subject approach is different, but economy approach in prelims is CCC approach. CCC approach means, as I told you, concept in that particular topic and current affairs related to that particular topic Actually, our class structure will be like that only. Every topic I will be discussing concept, I will be discussing current affairs, probably will be discussing so current data also, both from prelims perspective and mains perspective. But for prelims, this is what is required. So which means whatever you read, you should have this orientation. So a simple word, probably something called LPG crisis. What is LPG crisis? What is the difference between LPG and LNG? How is it there? What are our dimensions? Where are we dependent? Where are we importing? So any issue that you are reading in the paper, you should have this approach. Mains, if you look at, here we are far lucky, I would say, because in mains, syllabus is precisely defined. Clarity is more in the syllabus, which means chapter wise headings and subheadings are already given in the syllabus paper for mains. So mains game is very easy because from that topic only, from that heading only, from that subheading only, from current affairs only questions will come. 90 to 95% of mains questions can be predicted. The reason being clear defined syllabus, chapter, subtopic is cleared already by UPSC, clearly given. Agriculture, land reforms, industries, infrastructure, roadway, railway, aviation. So, which means clearly from what topics, from what headings, from what subheadings, from what current affairs, question would come is given already in the main syllabus. That's the advantage of having main syllabus. But in prelims, for every subject, only one line is given. But it does not mean that vaguely questions are asked. But if you look at previous year questions of prelims, if you look at previous year questions of mains, we will get to know what is the essence. So how do I know what topic to prepare, what topic to not to prepare? Guiding force is POQs, previous year questions. So previous year questions are called as man ki baat of the examiner, which means what is there inside the mind of examiner will come to know from this POQs. So this is prelims demand, this is mains demand. Now coming to economy sources. Everybody is interested in purchasing so many market books, compilations, all. But I would say the best source for your preparation should be your handwritten class notes. Why, sir? Let me clarify. Every page in the market book is not important for the exam. Don't think that just because number of pages are more, that is a standard book. Because what is relevant for exam from that chapter, for prelims, for mains. So that's why most standard book would be your class notes. Only thing that you have to do for your class notes is add current affairs updation whenever current affairs updates are there. But still, if you want to select any market sources, try to find out which has least number of pages. If I were you, if I supposed to buy a standard book, I will not decide which is standard or not based on the number of pages. Once again I am saying, every page from first to last is not important for the exam. For exam relevant, whether there is a quality content is available or not. That is how we have to think. See, if size matters, elephant is supposed to be king of the jungle, but elephant is not the king of the jungle. So what matters? Smartness matters, swiftness matters, quickness matters. So be careful while selecting the resources. If you are intelligent, if you are smart, if you are talented, read class notes one time. If you are talented, if you are smart, read class notes second time. If you are smart, read class notes third time. Why I am saying this? You will be understanding after a particular chapter is over from your class notes. When you solve previous year prelims question, when you solve previous year mains question, if you are able to get questions correctly, your preparation is on the track. Nobody is interested in what you are reading. People are only interested in whether you are able to answer the questions or not. So don't be under the impression every book you have to read, every page you have to read, all fat, bulky books. So don't become book collector, you have to become district collector, not book collector. Don't increase profit margin of Vikas bookshop. Understand? So still if you want to read, I would suggest NCERT gist is required. If you are attending NCERT classes, even no need to read that NCERT gist also, because that is what is discussed in the class. Still, if you want to read for concepts, probably any state or school 10th standard social studies will be there. In that some economic concepts would be there. That is way to start, initial way. But I won't suggest any specific standard book in the market, not because I don't like it. They're unnecessarily dumping. They're unnecessarily making it so complex. So because any book, I don't want to take any name author, what they're trying to do, if a concept is asked in 1 year, collect the PDF in online and put it in the chapter. In the process, what is happening? Number of pages kept on increasing and increasing and increasing and increasing. Finally, you don't know what is relevant, what is not relevant, what is important, what is not important. So that is what is the practical problem. So that is the reason why probably I would restrict resources. Don't go for multiple resources. Single resource read multiple times. Probably. You will understand. Probably once your classes commences, once a particular chapter is over, then you will understand what I am saying right now. After one chapter is over, compare your class notes content with any market book or the material, then you will understand. Oh, so simple, so easy, directly relevant for prelims exam, mains exam. That only is required for us. Still, if you want to take any standard book of your choice, but everything is not important from that book. Selected reading in some selected chapters for value addition, enrichment only. Okay? Now coming to economic current affairs part, this is the major challenge. Because initially, till your GS classes gets completed, you feel everything is relevant in the newspaper. You do not know what is relevant, what is not relevant, how questions can come in the prelims, how questions can come in the mains. So the reason why I told you earlier also, daily I am posting in Telegram group, economy folder. So this is Telegram group. In the Telegram group, at least read 2 folders daily. Economy folder, Hindu editorial summary folder. Actually, if you read every folder daily, your newspaper updates are happening. Current affairs updates also are happening from polity angle, geography angle, economy angle. At least these 2 minimum I expect you, because Hindu editorial mostly related to the current burning topics. Economy folder, if you just look at, you may not understand everything, but you will understand, oh, this is in the newspaper, this term may be important. So slowly your GS classes is over. Suppose economy gets completed. After that, when you read the paper, you will understand everything. WPI, CPI, inflation, national income, monetary policy, fiscal policy, budgeting, external sector, appreciation, depreciation. Till then, to understand what is relevant, keep looking at regularly. Okay, what is the update? What is the headline? But as your classes commences, once you complete the syllabus, then you will be able to read newspaper in a much better manner. By looking at headline, you will be able to make out. Okay? So this is what you are supposed to do for economy. Now coming to economy syllabus. Let me clarify. Nothing like that. This chapter is important for prelims, this chapter is important for the mains. Every topic we have to read from prelims come mains perspective only. Because the examiner is proving every year again and again and again. Okay, you did not read this chapter for this year mains, let me ask question from this chapter. Similarly, oh, you are conveniently ignoring these chapters for prelims, okay, let me ask more question from that only. So it is not because of academic exam. See, academic exam, we have the luxury of the choice. Even if you don't study some chapters also, no, it's okay, no problem, because choice is there. In the mains exam, only one choice is there. Whether we write the answer, don't write the answer. In prelims also, only one choice is there. Either we will smile at the question or question will laugh at us. So that is the reason why it would be inappropriate if I say this chapter is important for prelims, this chapter is important for mains. That is misleading actually. Because last 2-3 years examiner is proving again and again. No. You should read everything from both prelims come mains perspective. Because he is proving. Wherever we thought questions would come from mains, questions did not come. Wherever we thought they are not relevant for mains, questions came in the mains. Everybody used to think inflation is only for prelims, not for mains. So last year examiner put a 20 marker question. Discuss the reason for food inflation in India. See, look at, everybody thought infrastructure, roadway, railway, aviation will be important only for the mains. Surprisingly, 2-3 questions are asked in the prelims. So what is the moral of the story? Read every topic from prelims perspective as well as mains perspective. That is what the moral that examiner is trying to teach us. Now coming to syllabus, prelims clearly not defined, but by looking at previous year questions we can understand. Mains, yes, precise, specifically clearly designed. So that's the reason why every topic when you read, we have to focus on integrated approach of prelims as well as mains. So look at the syllabus. So what is the syllabus that is mentioned, sir, whenever we talk about? So by understanding previous year questions, by understanding trend of the questions, so we are having the following chapters in the exam, both for prelims as well as for mains. Sir, how do we know they are relevant for us exams or not, sir? Very simple. We looked at previous year prelims questions, we looked at previous year mains questions, and we are able to understand this. So probably we keep looking at. So to understand economy, to understand the concepts, I would say first pillar or first block is, there is a chapter called national income. So if you look at from this chapter, previous year mains questions, including current affairs, from mains perspective, themes are important. So what are the themes, sir? $5 trillion economy, Viksit Bharat, demographic dividend, can India become a developed nation, changes that happen in estimation of national income, precautions to be taken in estimation of national income, methods of estimation of national income, potential GDP, green GDP. These are main themes. Some 5-6 topics are there. Regularly themes are getting repeated. For prelims, income, types of income, measurements of national income, GDP, GNP, NDP, NNP, factor cost, basic price, market price, so current price, nominal GDP, real GDP, so income method, expenditure method, production method, capital output ratio. So apart from that, when you read NSO, estimations, historical background of the estimation, base year, change in base year, revision of base year. So why this topic is so important for the exam? Every other chapter in the syllabus, finally link to one chapter that is called as national income. Like it's like mother of all the chapters. From every other chapter, direct link is there to one chapter called national income. That is the reason why exam is more interested in comprehensive understanding, individual understanding each topic also, holistic understanding of entire syllabus also. So that is the reason why agriculture linked to national income, poverty linked to national income, banking linked to national income, taxation linked to national income. Everything is linked to one heart. That heart is called as national income. So precisely if you look at every year 1 or 2 questions in the prelims, at least one current affairs theme related to this chapter in the mains. Do you think can India become Viksit Bharat by 2047? Do you think economic inequality is decreased because of GDP growth rate? So which means if you understand the concepts, static part, if you read the paper, you keep getting holistic understanding of estimations of NSO, National Statistical Office, what is CSO, what is National Sample Survey Organization. So this chapter, mains themes and prelims themes. Next, it's brother chapter or sister chapter which is examiner's favorite because he is also getting impacted. That is called as inflation. Price theory, types of goods, free good, economic good, shopping goods, special goods, luxurious goods, price demand theory, wholesale price index, consumer price index, inflation based on causes, inflation based on growth rate, inflation tax, inflation premium, Phillips curve. What are the causes for inflation? So probably in inflation chapter, when you read the paper, every month you are going to read two indexes: wholesale price index, consumer price index, and types of inflation also: stagflation, skewflation, reflation, deflation. So many terms: shrinkflation, imported inflation. Apart from that, whenever we the word, when you go to the market, when you are buying staples, groceries, you are directly getting impacted because of this concept called inflation. So types of inflation, causes of inflation, what measures are taken by the government, what measures are taken by the central bank. So what factors are influencing? Supply side factors, demand side factors, or what was the better way to deal with it? So if you look at from main topic, what are the differences between wholesale price index and consumer price index? It's a previous year main theme. Because of current affairs, base year is revised, new consumer price index series. So what was the need for? It's okay, I am just giving you previous year main themes and prelim themes only, nothing to worry. I'll repeat once again, don't worry. So what was the need for new consumer price index series? What changes have happened in new consumer price index series? Why we are not able to achieve inflation targeting? So what are the reasons for it? These are broad main themes. Prelims themes: types of goods, types of inflation, impact on positive impact on whom, negative impact on whom. So national income also, if you look at prelims themes are concepts: GDP, GNP, NDP, NNP, potential GDP, green GDP, probably income method, expenditure method, production method, how national income estimated in different parts of the world, what accounting system we are following, all that. So main themes from national income chapter, if you remember, Viksit Bharat, demographic dividend. So examiner is more interested in holistic understanding of economy. And the reason why Viksit Bharat, $5 trillion. So apart from that, methods of estimation of national income. Then why should we calculate national income? Do you think national income is measurement of economic growth or economic development? Despite impressive positive economic growth, why inequalities are still continuing? Inclusive growth is primary theme from which every year regularly repeated question is being asked. Why benefits are available only to some people of the society? Why we are not able to improve everybody else? So these are themes from exam perspective from national income. Then related topic only we have to cover, which is again brother or sister related to inflation chapter, which is called as monetary policy. So what is monetary policy? Is it okay now? Just check, confirm once again, online students. Screen is okay? Can you see it? So what is monetary policy, sir? Money, types of money, animal money, near money, dear money, hot money, cold money. So probably we are going to cover M1, M2, M3, M4. Latest being central bank digital currency, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, e-rupee. So positives, negatives, quantitative tools, qualitative tools. So whenever we talk about quantitative tools and qualitative tools, repo rate, reverse repo rate, CRR, SLR, MSF, SDF. So money supply should be increased, money supply should be decreased. All this we are going to understand. So that is called as monetary policy tools. So whenever we use the word, how money is relevant for demand, how money is relevant for supply, how money is influencing economic activity, how money is influencing overall macroeconomic picture. Money is there, but with whom money is there, where money is there, how money is being circulated, circular flow of money. So monetary policy will tell you more money with whom, in which sector, what they are doing with that money, functions of the money, so problems of the money, how to manage the money, all that probably. So this is called as monetary policy. Once we understand this, how do we manage our money, where all we will invest our money, that is called as financial market. So what is this financial market, sir? Capital market, money market, stock market, Sensex, Nifty, Bull, Bear, shares, bonds, mutual funds. So why Indians are not so interested in investing in stock market? Why only some people are interested? Insider trading. So regular repeated. Last year prelims question, difference between shares and bonds. Direct question in the prelims. So equity shares, preference shares, bonus shares, rights issue, probably. And when you read the paper every day, Sensex is increasing, Sensex is decreasing, Nifty is increasing, Nifty is decreasing, bullish market, bearish market. So seen Lucky Bhaskar movie? Hero will come to know before only where to invest. That's only nothing but insider trading. Why only less than 1% of Indian population is interested in investing in stock market? Is it gambling? Is it risky? Is it betting? So this is what is the topic called financial market. I can take a liberty when I say it is for prelims, because luckily till now questions are not asked in mains. So that's the reason why P plus means prelims plus mains. Important for both. Now I am taking liberty in financial market where I am writing prelims. Luckily till now mains questions are not asked. So that is the reason why we can take roughly, if you are thorough with this chapter, probably concepts are clear. For prelims, shares, bonds, mutual funds. Again, it's okay. Now check Venu. They are telling working, but others it's not working. Check once again, refresh and see. Still same problem comes, then there's some technical issue. It should be okay now. So financial market, we can take a liberty that probably that is from prelims topic. But however, this understanding will help you in writing a better mains answer also. So whenever you are preparing for the exam, in the preparation overall, you should try to understand that probably this is the first pillar. Now one more very important topic for the exam, examiner's favorite, banking and RBI. When we say banking and RBI, again both important for prelims as well as for mains. What is bank? What is NBFC? What are types of banks? Types of deposit? Types of loans and advances? Check DD. Link of banking with the economy. So if you look at probably RBI, functions of RBI, overall aspects of RBI. So whenever we talk about, but mains questions, if you look at haircut, write-off, assets, loans, advances and so on. In the recent times, you keep hearing a word called probably consolidation of the banks and merger of the banks. Different banks are being merged into each other. So to enhance probably competitiveness of the bank. Bank consolidation is a main topic. Apart from that, insolvency bankruptcy code. Check now once again, online students. Anything, just reply there. So apart from that insolvency bankruptcy code, then in banking sector there is something called Basel norms, Basel 1, Basel 2, Basel 3. Apart from that, NPA crisis, how do you manage NPA assets? You keep reading one word, civil score, loans, loan waiver, farmer suicides. So apart from that, you keep hearing in regularly word that default of the loans. Actually so many movies came on default of the loans. So primary focus on banking chapter is, when you read the paper, any terms related to it are there, are you able to understand the concept? Loan waiver, write-off, waive off, haircut. So apart from that, savings account, current account, recurring deposit, term deposit, so secured loan, unsecured loan, and why RBI is giving guidelines regarding specifically personal loan. They are more in Check once again, confirm. It should be okay now, online students. Should be clear. Okay. So don't worry, you did not miss out anything. All this we are going to cover in the class also. I am just only giving an essence of each chapter from exam perspective for prelims purpose and mains purpose, so that you will get a clarity. If you are thorough with all this, this will create a pillar 1 for us, because it is the first pillar to understand economy. Because every day we are using phone pay, Google Pay, all transfers. That's only banking. Every day we keep hearing in the paper, some company shares got increased, some company shares got decreased. And everybody is interested in earning money only. Every day we are buying goods and services, we are being directly impacted. So this is pillar 1, which will help us in understanding the pillar 2. So syllabus again, if you look at what I call it as, in this, examiner's favorite topic is taxation, fiscal policy, budgeting. So you keep reading 3 terms: economic survey, budget, changes in the budget. So this we call it as pillar 2. Important for prelims also, mains also, because regularly questions are being asked. So this is called as second major pillar. So what is tax, what is duty, what is cess, what is surcharge, what is direct tax, what is indirect tax, income tax, corporate tax, wealth tax, gift tax, security transaction tax, value added tax, sales tax, service tax, GST. Most of the questions are being asked from GST, for prelims also, for mains also. CGST, SGST, IGST, reward charge mechanism, PAN number, GST number, GST council, recent updates regarding GST meeting, so GST decisions, all this. Fiscal policy, I would say last year prelims 4 questions came only from this topic, only from one concept called deficit. So what is fiscal policy? So how fiscal policy is prepared? What are the objectives of fiscal policy? What is deficit, revenue deficit, fiscal deficit, primary deficit, effective revenue deficit, how do we manage deficit, methods of deficit financing, and probably FRBM Act, Fiscal Responsibility and Budgetary Management Act, and one of the focused area is Finance Commission, and which is very much important for your prelims and mains is 16 Finance Commission, because from this April 1st 2026 only till 2031st March or March 31st 2031, 2026 to 2031. So 16 Finance Commission will be focused area for both prelims as well as for mains. Horizontal devolution, vertical devolution, criteria, Finance Commission recommendations. So budgeting. What is budget? Budget consists of capital account, current account, revenue expenditure, capital expenditure, revenue receipt, capital receipt. Also different types of budget is there: sunrise budget, sunset budget, probably rolling budget, gender budgeting, how the budget document is actually prepared, what is the procedure of the budget, all this. Once you read this chapter, every year from November and December onwards till budget is presented, every day these terms will be in the news. So you keep reading some fiscal policy terminology also, like fiscal prudence, fiscal responsibility, fiscal burden, so fiscal space, fiscal slippage. So it means what is the financial condition of the state, what is the financial condition of the center, what is the overall condition of our country. In simple, how government is getting income, how government is spending money, are they following the expected rules and regulations properly or not. That is the essence of this chapter called taxation, fiscal policy, budgeting. Then next major topics in the syllabus. So actually if you look at external sector, in external sector we are going to cover BOP, current account, capital account, financial transactions account, currency exchange rate systems, so appreciation, depreciation, devaluation, convertibility of rupee, so FERA, FEMA, all this. Basically essence, this is also important for prelims as well as for mains, so which we call it as pillar 3. Because of Donald Trump, because of tariff war, this external sector has become so relevant now. So you will be reading so many words: custom duty, countervailing duty, anti-dumping duty, tariffs, non-tariffs, openness, protectionism, BOP crisis 1991, LPG reforms. Recently Sri Lanka went into BOP crisis. So how do we protect ourselves from external influence? How do we manage ourselves in the uncertainty of global circumstances? That is called as external sector. Then there is one more topic which is slightly relevant for prelims only, because again it can be asked for mains also, but this is regularly asked in prelims: foreign trade agreements. That's why I am saying prelims topic, like PTA, free trade agreement, preferential trade agreement, CECA, CEPA, customs union, economic union. Probably why we are signing more agreements, why whichever country our PM is visiting, you are interested in signing free trade agreements. What is positive list, what is negative list, why India is part of certain economic bloc, why India is not part of certain economic bloc. All this we are focusing. Very important for the prelims, international economic organizations. Every year definitely question will come from this topic. And 3 important international economic organizations: World Bank, IMF, International Monetary Fund, WTO. Regular repeated prelims questions every year compulsorily. So that's why conveniently I kept prelims topic. Last year they asked, what is part of World Bank, what is part of World Bank Group? IBRD, IDA, IFC, MEGA, ICSID. 5 organizations together is called as World Bank Group. IBRD, IDA together is called as World Bank. Is India a member of all of them? Is India a member of not all of them? Then what is the difference between World Bank and International Monetary Fund? Why they were established? What are the primary functions? What are the facilities given by IMF to various people, various countries? WTO, World Trade Organization, most favored nation, national treatment, reciprocity, TRIPS, TRIMS. You keep reading some word in the newspaper: patent, copyright, trademark, GI, geographical indication. So TRIMS, FDI, FPI, then agreement on agriculture. Recently WTO conference is in the news. So which means conveniently these 2 topics are for prelims. But what is the essence of this external sector chapter? How our economy is interacting with the rest of the world on day-to-day basis. What is happening to our imports? What is happening to our exports? What happened to our forex reserves? Whether we are in a position to meet our essential imports or not. So this is the essence of 3rd pillar. Now coming to 4th pillar, which is mains specific. When I say mains specific, questions also can come in the prelims, but clearly syllabus is defined in the mains. So this chapter actually is called as very, very important for the exam: agriculture. You will be surprised, every year 50 plus marks out of 150 in GS paper 3 will come from this chapter called agriculture. Minimum 3 to 4 mains questions will come from agriculture chapter. If you ignore agriculture, agriculture will ignore you. So what is agriculture? What is land reform? What is water problem? Seeds, fertilizers, irrigation, crops, cropping pattern, marketing problem, farmer suicides, loan waivers, food processing, animal husbandry, fisheries, green revolution, evergreen revolution, stubble burning. So both static part as well as current affairs part. As a common man, what is your attitude towards agriculture? What is your understanding of the agriculture? What are the problems faced by the farmers? How should we try to promote them? That is the essence of agriculture chapter. But schemes can be asked in prelims also. So like Pradhan Mantri Dhan Dhanya Krishi Yojana. So Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. Scheme relevance. Then current affairs. DMH 11, Dara Mustard Hybrid 11 is permitted. DMH 11 means a new variety of GM mustard is permitted, which has become a controversy. Then Punjab and Haryana farmers protested against government circular of stubble burning. It's a current affairs topic. So which means at the end of agriculture chapter, you will know about agriculture for more than finance minister. Probably. You are not doing agriculture, but you are understanding agriculture, because when you are serving the farmers tomorrow as an officer, it will help you in understanding their problems in much better manner. So that's why, what are the problems faced by farmers in marketing? What are the problems faced by farmers in getting loans, priority sector lending norms, food processing industry? So link between farmers and food processing, farmer suicide, loan waiver. So this is what is the essence of a chapter called agriculture. Again, this also means a specific topic only, industries. But there are certain indexes which are important for prelims also. So that's why I would keep prelims plus mains. The reason being, there are some indexes. Index of industries production, core industries, which are core industries, which are non-core industries, purchase managers index, where industries are located, and regular repeated question, Navaratna, Maharatna, Mini Ratna, central public sector enterprises, industrial development schemes, Make in India, Startup India, Stand Up India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, all. Then investment models. So this is also mains specific topic. So investment models means only government should invest, or private should invest, or public-private partnership. So this is regular repeated mains question. Do you think public-private partnership should be permitted in railways, roadways, aviation, all? So this is called as main specific topics. Then at the end, so we will come to last pillar. Sir, what is this last pillar, sir? So agriculture, industry, investment models, poverty and employment, specifically mentioned in the syllabus. Mostly questions are asked from prelims. So types of poverty, types of unemployment, but we have to cover much more deeper in the exam. Estimations of the poverty, committees related to poverty, indexes of the poverty, and measures taken by the poverty, all. Unemployment, types of unemployment, even today also periodic labor force survey is released by the government. So what is the unemployment trend, causes of unemployment, schemes related to unemployment, types of poverty, types of unemployment, indicators, reports, indexes are important for prelims. Then I would say planning and Niti Aayog. See, earlier more importance was given about planning and Niti Aayog. It is conveniently main topic. What is Niti Aayog? What is the difference between Planning Commission and Niti Aayog? Why did we bring Niti Aayog? What are the reports released by Niti Aayog? So what is the difference between functioning of Planning Commission and Niti Aayog? Next, infrastructure. Again, so whenever we talk about main specific topic. So whenever we talk about physical infrastructure as well as roadway, railway, aviation, ports. So regularly every year mains question will come from any one of them. Let's say if 1 year they asked a question from roadways, next year they will question ask from railways or aviation, or holistically from infrastructure also. You keep hearing in the paper CAPEX, capital expenditure. So anyway, main specific topic. So finally, if you study all this from prelims con mains approach, you will join civil services. That's why this is kept in at the end, called service sector. So what is service sector? Why India is called as office of the world? IT enabled services, business process outsourcing. So our service sector is dependent on external factors more. That's why we are diversifying. IPO, BPO, KPO. Look at layoffs that are happening now. So service sector vulnerability, service sector possibility, medical tourism, spiritual tourism. So why India is sought after for FDI, FPI? Why India is called as favorite destination for medical tourism, spiritual tourism? So what are the various components of service sector? All. So in essence, this is what is expected of you for UPSC prelims and mains. So for every topic overall, so in prelims you should follow probably, as I said, this approach. In mains, after reading a topic, you should be able to know essence of it. See, everybody cannot write entire what is discussed in the class, what is mentioned in the notebook. From that, some 4 or 5 important core concepts you have to mention in the answer. So probably this is what is expected of you for prelims as well as for mains. So how do you know your preparation is complete for economy? In your class notes for all these topics, if you have ready-made material for prelims as well as for mains, then your preparation is complete. So whichever topic you are not so good at, wherever concepts are not so clear, you should try to rectify the concepts, or you should try to build up your concepts, knowledge, all. But a regular class structure will be like this only. For every topic we will be covering prelims, we will be covering mains, we will be discussing previous year prelims questions, we will be discussing previous year mains questions, so that by the time your economic classes will be complete, probably you have understanding of static concept, you have understanding of last 1 year current affairs till whenever class gets. After that, only what is expected of you. Any update is there in the newspaper, you just have to add that update to your class notes. Okay, so this is overall what is expected of you for prelims in all the subjects, specifically economy specific, and just to get a glimpse of it. See, don't get afraid by looking at the syllabus and the chapters, not required. Probably you will understand far better as one by one topics gets completed. But if you are able to thorough with at least overall understanding of a common, see again, don't try to do research because you are not doing PhD. You are not preparing for a post-graduation in economics, no. Because it is a common man, how will they understand? That's all. Because general studies should be studied generally only. General studies should be studied generally only, which means you should not study from academic perspective. Suppose you are from MA background, MBA background, or you have done PG in economics or statistics, your knowledge will be helpful for you in writing a better answer. But academics will help you in writing a better link. Okay, so this is purpose of today's economy orientation class. Hope I gave you a rough idea about why UPSC, what is expected of UPSC in prelims, why these subjects are kept in GS, why coming to economy. So probably all your myths, all your apprehensions about economy, it is difficult, it is lengthy, it is technical, it is boring. So all this will be changed probably after 1 or 2 classes only. After 1 or 2 classes only, your attitude toward the subject will change. You will get a glimpse of it. Oh, this is so easy only, not what as we expected. I told you probably, honestly people are complicating it. So which means you need not depend upon 2000 pages, 3000 pages material books, not required. Because ultimately, bullet diginda leda, that is important. Ultimately, whether you are able to answer the questions or not, that is important. So this is what is per today. Still, if you have any questions, you can ask, probably. I hope I addressed all. What is expected, what are the sources, wait for the sources, don't be in hurry, don't become book collector. So apart from that, just now I told prelims, mains. See, actually why I classified syllabus like this, it is from previous year questions only we derived this. Oh, the order of prelims plus mains and so on. Still, what else we have to do, sir? Only 3 things are expected from you. Come to classes regularly, listen to classes regularly, and try to solve previous year questions. Anyway, we will be solving in the class itself previous year prelims questions also. If possible, after the topic is over, try to write the previous year mains answers also, get it corrected, so that your answer writing also will actually parallelly will get improved. Don't postpone it till the completion of the syllabus. Current affairs, don't worry, I told you, daily I am posting. Current affairs also I am posting, and economy specific I am posting. Editorial summary also I am posting. So that you will get a glimpse of it till you get a clarity. Okay, so this is all for today. Thank you. Online students, do you want to ask anything? No sir, too much knowledge, too much gyan today sir. So it's okay, it is only just trailer. picture abhi baki hai. So, so it is just only trailer of the movie. So movie is yet to be released. Don't worry. But see, don't be in hurry right now to buy the books in the market, because it is hard-earned money of the parents. Correct only, dear? If I tell you this is relevant, this is you supposed to buy, then only buy. Otherwise, no. So probably for self-study, again I am telling, NCERT macroeconomic development you can take for concepts. So if you want to do self-study by yourself, so if you are not able to depend upon coaching and all, so then probably suggested book list will be NCERT 11th and 12th macroeconomic development, Indian economic growth and development in India, plus there is one book called Arihant Publications Indian Economy Mag Book. Indian Economy Mag Book. Plus every year for mains they release Raw's IAS Mains Focus. So those who are preparing for self-study preparation, so minimum resources NCERT 11th and 12th macroeconomics, Indian economic growth and development, Arihant Publications Mag Book, Indian economy, plus whichever year you are writing mains, probably. So for probably Rashmita, so if you are doing self-study, probably least possible resources only I suggested. Class notes plus current affairs you have to update. Monica, your class notes plus current affairs you have to update. Because before your prelims exam, again there will be revision program, rapid revision program also. Highlights of budget also will be discussed. Highlights of economic survey also will be discussed. For mains also, mains specific crash course also will be there. So don't worry. It is your, if you clear the prelims, so institute will not leave you till you get selected. So because everywhere, obviously, so separate main specific crash course also will be there. Because expected question answers only we are going to discuss for mains module. Around 50-60 questions, question answers only we will be discussing directly for main specific module also. So, okay? Yes, sir. That's all. Still you want to ask anything? Monica, is it okay? Your doubt is clarified? Rashmita, I think so. Your doubt is clarified? Yes, sir. See, don't think that you should read everything from page by page. No, because this is not academic exam. What is smart preparation? Less time, more written. That is smart preparation. More time, no written. That is not preparation. Understood? Not only for economy, any subject, whatever time that you are spending, how much is the written? It is not equal allocation of the time. It is equitable allocation of time. So don't make mistake of reading only one subject throughout the preparation. Don't make mistake of not reading core subjects throughout the preparation. Don't be in hurry to choose an optional because of external influence. So take time. So decide yourself. Probably try to go through, do the research, your own primary research, secondary research. After that you feel for your educational background, for your skill set, your overall, if it is okay for you, probably you can speak with the faculty also of that relevant subject, then make an informed choice. Once again I am saying this because GS at least we can read by ourselves. But optional, don't make mistake of jumping into it so hurriedly without having proper research. After doing proper research, after evaluating your strengths, your answer writing skills, then make an informed choice. Because throughout your preparation, every day you have to read your optional. And you should feel good about it. Then only you can continue for very long hours. Okay? So this is all for today for economy orientation. Thank you.